Welcome to the Credit Risk Management Advisory Podcast, where we focus on managing asset quality and borrowers during economic downturns. Today's credit risk memo tool is the roles and responsibilities for credit risk ratings. At creditrma.com, we help sharpen regulatory credit risk rating and evaluation systems and support a credit culture that respects all internal stakeholders and every commercial loan borrower. We also examine key creditor tools to help improve our outcomes. Let's dive in. Okay, our objective today is to understand the unique responsibilities that we actually have when assigning timely and accurate credit risk ratings. The expectation is that you learn your duty. Let's maybe even expand that to say we own our duty, and that includes all the responsibilities and the joint monitoring responsibilities between the primary relationship officers, the credit administrators or credit administration, and with the special assets oversight. First, let's begin with the primary relationship officer. It's the first line of defense. These people are responsible to continuously ensure that the accuracy of the credit risk rating is accurate throughout the entire organization given within a credit relationship. They own this thing. This responsibility cannot be abdicated under any circumstance. Okay? Consider the following responsibilities of the primary relationship officer. He has the authority to approve credit risk rating changes without any additional approvals. Any perceived change in risk characteristics must be evaluated, and where the need for a risk rating change is evident, the officer must immediately process a risk rating change. Timely detection of credit improvement or deterioration must be exercised by the primary relationship officer to ensure accurate capital allocation to measure profitability and to develop appropriate loss protection measures. So this is much bigger than that primary person. Okay, and lastly, the need for revision of a risk rating may be manifested by financial improvement or deterioration, events that are internal or external to the company, such as the death of a principal manager or related to performance on credit facilities, including covenant defaults. So strict attention by the primary relationship officer. The second line of defense, for rating validation, each person that concurs on or approves a credit validates the accuracy of the risk rating assigned by the primary relationship officer. Each signatory to a credit request may modify the credit risk ratings established by the previous signatories, and the credit administrators are going to be responsible for that. And just to mention, the third line of defense would be your credit or loan review department internally at the financial institution, and credit review has the final determination on all credit risk ratings. But back to the second line of defense, the accredited administrator or credit administration, depending on the size of the institution. Let's just call it the credit administrator, who supports the line lending staff in the review, structuring, and approval of credit requests. The credit administrator ensures appropriate and consistent application of bank credit standards and credit policies. The credit administrator also approves or provides leadership in the transmission of the bank's credit culture. There needs to be an active credit administration role. Credit administration will meet with the lenders on a regular basis to review portfolio quality and engage in various early warning activities designed to provide early identification of emerging problem credits. It also conducts pipeline management reviews and performs timely advisory reviews of watch list credit, those loans that have a watch list designation for any given uncertainty. And that includes any criticized special mention risk-rated loans and any substandard or classified rated credits. And once a credit has been downgraded due to performance issues or other deteriorating financial conditions, credit administration will be actively involved with the primary relationship officer to assess the current condition all the time and work collaboratively to establish an action plan to remediate the concerns and return the credit to a pass risk-rated status. How about the root cause analysis? This is very important. Everything hinges on getting to the root cause. So the credit administrator will work together with the primary relationship officer to analyze and determine the underlying causes of credit deterioration based on gathered information from diverse sources, including periodic financial statements, checking account activity, trade reports, market information, personal observation, and discussions with borrower management. Next is the asset quality monitoring. Credit administration will also provide oversight of the heightened monitoring to improve borrower performance, including those credits designated again on the watch list or the criticized loans, and their action plans. In those cases where further downgrade or risk of non-accrual or loss is possible, a transfer of the responsibility for the customer relationship to the Special Assets Department may be appropriate. The Special Assets Department, or SAD, it's often referred to. SAD has oversight responsibility for loans risk-rated special mention, substandard, or doubtful, the criticized loans. As the primary relationship officer and the credit administration officer work together to make appropriate risk rating changes on a timely basis, once a loan has criticized status, the credit administrator will consult with the SAD people to determine the appropriate roles and responsibilities of the primary relationship officer, the credit administrator, and the SAD personnel as they relate to the administration of the credit going forward. If it is determined that the SAD department should have an oversight role in the management of the relationship, the role may be in either of the following two forms, direct or indirect. But the SAD indirect is more of an advisory role. Advisory is where the relationship is jointly managed by the primary relationship officer and the person in the Special Assets Department with strong oversight from the credit administrator. Customarily, the primary relationship officer, they retain the customer contact and day-to-day account management with credit approvals and administrative actions flowing through special assets and the credit administrator. SAD assists the pro with criticized loan reporting and action plans and other routine credit administration actions. And credit administration may also serve as an indirect advisory role. Now, let's focus our attention on the SAD primary or direct role. Primary means the relationship is managed solely by SAD, where all aspects of contact and management of the customer are the responsibility of the SAD officer. Such duties would include the approval of credit actions within delegated authority limits, making proper credit risk rating changes, preparing asset quality monitoring reports, monitoring collateral value and market conditions, performing annual property inspections, and overseeing the valuation process. SAD will utilize all available legal remedies to recover bank assets, including legal action against the borrower, even the guarantors and the collateral. This will include the liquidation of underlying collateral in conjunction with legal counsel for secured credits. And SAD may also confer with the legal department in conducting a review of the current loan documentation on a discretionary basis. Well, thank you for joining us. Today we covered the roles and responsibilities of credit risk ratings, another essential tool for managing asset quality and commercial loan borrowing relationships. We want to hear from you. Submit your own credit risk memo at creditrma.com and share your insights on navigating credit risk, including special risks in commercial lending. If you found today's episode valuable, please subscribe for updates on future podcasts at creditrma.com. Until next time, let's continue to conquer credit risk challenges. Thanks again.